For this project, I needed at least 10 paint stirring sticks. I've been fortunate in that my local big box hardware store is usually willing to give me a complimentary handful simply by asking the person in their paint mixing area. As these are 12-inch sticks, the 6-inch mark is the middle, so I'm going to apply a bead of hot glue on each one. I take my first fountain and place it on there. And then I attach the other stick. I place a fountain on each end and then pinch the sticks so that they will maintain equal spacing all the way across. The nice thing about hot glue is that it pretty much sets after about 5 to 10 seconds. Alright, now we're going to figure out our end pieces. And so for this next section, we want to figure out what we want our angle to be for each side of this set piece. So you can just put it in here and eyeball it, see what you like, make sure that's flat. And then what I do is I will take a marker. See, I already did one as an example, but I'll just find, typically the line wouldn't be there. The idea here is that you're gonna find the angle that you like. Maybe right about there, that angle. And then I'm just gonna draw a line across it, like that. And now I have a reference mark. Now, of course, you could just use a protractor and have everything be the same. But for this, I can go ahead and just duplicate the mark on all of these fountains. Take a fresh one. I can see here that it starts somewhere around the U at the bottom there and goes up through the F. I don't have to get exact, but something like that. It's just something to get me close. And now I can go ahead and repeat this on all of these. All right, I've got all my pieces marked that I'm gonna need. I'm making 5 of these, so I need 15 total. Got them all marked, so what I'm gonna do now is just take some of my hot glue, get it on there on both sides. And we'll just get it close. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're definitely good with close. It's pretty close. And then really at this point it's already holding. So here are our 5 finished set pieces, and they came out pretty good for just being eyeballed. Now we're going to size up our quick match. If you have a roll of quick match or scraps from a previous shoot, this is a great use for it. If you don't have quick match, I suppose you could use the fastest visco fuse you can find from your fireworks supplier. Ideally, you'll want quick visco. It's usually white or gray and burns through a 12-inch length in less than half a second. In retrospect, if your timing isn't absolutely critical and the distance isn't very long, such as in this scenario, using quick visco could make this step way faster and easier. Just be sure that when you're done, you wrap the fuse with tape to help prevent any other burning material or debris from making contact with it and prematurely igniting it. But let's keep moving along and see how I used quick match. First thing I did was lay out a strip of quick match across the top of the set piece. You'll want to leave a minimum of 1 inch extra at each end. This is so you have some wiggle room for your igniter. Technically, if your set pieces are all pretty much identical, once you know your length of quick match or fuse, it should be easy enough to go ahead and cut to equal length the sections for your remaining set pieces. Alright, so once I know where the middle is going to be, I mark the area where I'm going to have the exposed quick match facing down on the fountain. I then hold that in place so I can make the same marks for the outer fountains. Taking a box cutter or X-Acto, I gently cut on the lines with just enough pressure to cut the wrapper or piping. Then I make a horizontal cut in the middle so I can open it up like a book. I'm going to double check that my openings align with the ignition point on the fountain. Yep, looks good. Now I'm going to cut off the excess visco fuse since I won't be needing it. Side note, many in the industry recommend using anvil cutters instead of scissors because of the reduced risk of creating a spark due to friction. That particular discussion is outside the scope of this video. Next, I'm going to pour some 2FG black powder into the top of each fountain. I use this as a means of pretty much guaranteeing ignition between the compound in the fountain and the quick match. I lay the exposed part of the quick match on top of that, wrap the tissue paper over that, and then secure it down with a piece of tape. In this part of the video, I'm using 2-inch wide tape. You'll see later that I switched over to 3/4 inch wide because it overall worked better. The angled ends are a little tricky because I'm still trying to keep the black powder in there, but the overall process is the same. Repeat these steps for all your set pieces. Note that if you have any exposed quick match, cover it. Don't need any accidents. So here's the finished product. Over here on this side, I left all my extra for where I'm going to connect my E-match. But as you do these, you'll also find you make modifications and you make improvements, a continuous improvement to how you do things. Just a second ago, you saw where I had the thicker masking tape covering everything, and I realized I didn't like that. It didn't wrap as well. So then I just used the narrower tape, and I was able to get a much tighter seal over it, make sure that all the match is easily
making contact with the little black powder charge under there and the remaining fuse that's in there.
That's pretty much it for this video. I'm trying to create these instructional videos to show how, with a little creativity and time, you can take rather simple consumer fireworks and make something more with them. Sliver of Silver is something that I like having fun with. A case has 36 packs of 8. That's 288 14-second, 6-foot fountains, or gerbs. You're going to have a lot of fun with them year after year. So you know the usual post-video spiel. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, whatever. Hit the subscribe button, blah blah blah. I do have a couple other videos like this that I've been wanting to get posted for some time. Maybe someday I'll carve out the time to produce them. If you happen to watch some of my yearly pyro musicals that I've posted since 2016, those are pretty much shot using all consumer fireworks and some 1.4 Pro, which is consumer-ish. If you see something interesting in a video, leave a comment and I can tell you what product I used and how I arranged it. I keep all my scripts, notes, and music edits. Alright, I'm out. Thanks for watching.